So I decided, why don't we try to file an OSHA complaint against this dealership? So before we get into that, what is OSHA? Occupational Safety and Health Administration, regulatory agency of the United States Department of Labor that originally had a federal visitorial powers to inspect and examine workplaces. OSHA's mission is to assure safe and healthy working conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education, and assistance. From past dealerships I worked at, I know you could have OSHA violations, so I'll just give you an example. Garbage cannot be in oil. I know that sounds really basic, but I remember at one dealer we worked at in the used oil filter containers. That's where they stored some cardboard and some garbage, and it would end up in the oil. And they had an OSHA violation because now your regular cardboard that's not recycled, it's turned into hazardous waste because it's covered in oil. I was like, well, why don't I try to file a complaint against my dealership and see if they can get dinged for some violations. By the way, it's very easy to file an OSHA complaint. You literally go on the OSHA website. I think you can just do file a complaint, and then you can type out everything, even upload pictures. I know when I did it, I didn't really know what was gonna happen, or, even though I knew I was leaving the dealership, I was still a little bit worried about retaliation from the dealership. So I didn't attach any pictures. I just did the OSHA complaint online. I said, we don't have clean drinking water. The filters have never ever been changed for that water machine. I get a headache when I drink the drinking water. The water that the drinking water is attached to comes out of the sink, the color white. And the last thing I put in that OSHA complaint was the lift leg safety stops are all missing or broken. And so what I'm talking about, it was a really old dealer. They had a single post lift, so like one big post in the middle with 4 legs that came out. Those 4 legs got to extend out, right? There's supposed to be safety stops, so you can't pull the legs all the way out. And I'll just give you an example. Imagine a car's racked up in the air and like a leg slips and it's able to come all the way out, and the car falls down because there's no safety stop. That dealership was really in disrepair. They did not care about the service department. So all the lifts, all the safety stops were either broken or missing. Sure enough, I'd say exactly 1 week later, a welder mysteriously showed up and basically added or fixed all the safety stops on all our lifts. And I'd say not long after that, our service manager himself came to the break room to change the filters on our water machine. I was never contacted by OSHA, but the fact that all those things got fixed so fast, I bet you OSHA had a hand in it. There was no other way.